Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lunar Moon, and it's me Aya. So today I'm continuing, and it's going to be my second part of horoscope video about 6 signs. On my last video, I checked the horoscope for March 2022 for Aries to Virgo, and today I'm continuing, and it's Libra. Libra. Let's see what you guys should expect from the March. Libra people who born in between September 23rd and October 22nd. Today I'm using my Fairy Tale Lenormand deck. Really cute, very small, tiny cards. And the inside is very cute book too. This deck I never used it actually before. So let's see. So this is a code of the cards, and the inside they look like that. Very interesting fairy tale style, colorful but not really not too bright. So Libra, let's go. Shuffle the cards. So the first card will tell what's all about, like general meaning of the months, what to pay attention to, what to be careful of, what to be aware of. Okay, and let's see. Libra. Card number 8. Tum. So March for you guys will be not the easiest months. Because usually card number 8 talks about reincarnation, reborn, changing yourself, changing in lots of ways. Usually this card talks about 80% changing, which means from outside and inside. Outside, it means like the way how you look, the way how you act, the way how you dress, for example. And inside, it means like even like all kind of your view to the life, view to the people, view to having different opinions, change your opinions. Like before, if you used to, let's say, hang out with one person, you will stop hanging out with them, and they will start totally different, hanging out with totally different level of society or level of people. So this month will be lots of interesting things will happen with you, because this card usually brings you some kind of circumstances to your life that you cannot avoid, but you can be prepared. And usually this month will be, by this card will be, you're not gonna have a choice to, but you have to change, or something gonna happen that you have to make some kind of, it's gonna change your life. This month, definitely March, whatever happened in March will play a long term. It's gonna affect a lot your life. Let me tell you this: whoever you meet this month, Libra, what kind of decision you make, it's gonna be quite. It will not look like it's kind of big, you're making a big step, but it will. So be prepared. That's not going to be easiest months of your life and of the year, Libra. Okay, and the next card will show us about your personal life, about your love, dates, depends on your situation. Okay, card number 1. Very interesting, right? That picture. I love it. Looks like a very old style fairy tale. So card number 1. If you are single, if you're lonely, Libra, you might your love or your person, your spouse, your partner, your soulmate might be on the way, or you hear something. If, for example, you are on an online date, or you've been dating with someone already, like physically, going outside. Maybe something you will get the next step. It's going to be some movement, some change is going to happen in your personal life. Or let's say if you already have a husband or girlfriend, your relationship will get a new level, or it's time to get a new level. So in my experience, this card talk about good changes, good differences, parcels, all kind of emails, news, and most of the time good news. Okay, and let's see. So now you know, and be prepared. Don't give up, because you see this card talk about, especially if you are like quiet for a while, being alone, and you're like almost to give up. This one means like something going on to your life, or something, mostly someone, because this card told, we were asking the question, and this card gave us about personal life, right? And this card will tell us your financial situation on March 2022. Okay, card number 3 is sheep. Sheep usually talk, in my experience, sheep is a good card. Sheep is a positive card. In the mostly it say yes, the answers, but we didn't ask yes or no answer, right? This card was answering for financial situation, your job, your money, what's going on. So the Libra, this card talks about, it's you might get a offer a job when you're gonna need to travel a lot, or you're already being experiencing lots of travels because of your job. So if, for example, you're already working like airline, maybe you're like a pilot or you are like a steward, then nothing gonna change in your life. You might just do the same. You will travel a lot, or you're working in a boat, depends. If you're not working in anything around like a sea, then it means maybe you get a new opportunity. Maybe you saving some, you need to save some money and you go to vacation. It's a great time. This card usually talks about vacation too, traveling, vacation, tourism. Okay, not a bad card for financial, describing financial situations. So I think it's actually, in my own experience, this card talks about you might gain good amount of money. This month you might be lucky to make a good money, make a great trip, or good tips too. Okay, so next sign is Scorpius. Scorpion people who born between October 23rd and November 22nd. March 2022 for Scorpio. Okay, card number 27, letter. It's interesting interpretation. Wolf and the basket and the letter. I never see any another picture of like this in Lenormand decks. I think it's only one deck that I ever seen, that card number 27, the letter looks like that. Quite interesting, right? Remind me like that fairy tale about red hat. In Russia we say Krasnaya Shapochka, but I think in the English version it calls girl in a red hat, or red hat, things like that. Okay, so anyway, what's gonna be all about in March for Scorpions? Lots of documents, paper jobs, paperworks, fill up the forms. If you need to do, if you quiet for a while, had a lots of paper job to do, and you were thinking, or you were busy, or you were quite lazy, or you were thinking maybe I'll do later, now it's time. You need to look and be careful with whatever you're signing. Look carefully all the documents, whatever is all papers. It might be documents, not only documents. It might be like bank statements, all kind of contracts. This card also talks about cards, sport cards, ID. Maybe you need to renew ID or passport, so you need to fill up the forms, pay the fees and things like that. So this month, Scorpios, you have to be prepared to do lots of paper jobs, fill up the forms, and pay attention what you're signing and what kind of documents you're getting, because this card usually also gives advice that you might get very important documents and you have to be careful what you're filling up, because these documents might be not just the regular documents what you think. Okay, and what's about your personal life? The ring, card number 25. The ring talks about any kind of contracts, any kind of assignments, right? So also ring talks about, you can see the ring, right? It talks about, especially in a personal life situation, personal love questions, it talks about marriage, engagement, or having the same maybe business, having one contract together, one assignment together, one responsibilities together. So Scorpios, if you are thinking to get married, great month, great time. Or you might get engaged if you're female and you being quiet for a while in one relationship and you think it's time. Yes, it's time. You might be prepared. You might be surprised. Maybe your engagement ring is already on the way. Okay. Also, unfortunately, in my experience, this card not only play positive way, but also talks about divorcing. So like um, getting some marriage issues, talks about that. Also talks about routine. Also sometimes talks about thinking about divorcing issues or divorcing papers, because divorce papers also like a contract, right? What else I can say about this card? This card also sometimes talks about boring, like maybe if you're a couple, for example, being quite for a while. This talks about routine. If you're already in a couple, let's say nothing kind of crazy happened, this month's March will be same pretty much, which is not bad, right? Routine is not always bad. A negative part of this card talks about boring. Maybe you guys quite being too long together and everything's same, and you guys get bored, and maybe it's time to get some fresh air, go to travel, go somewhere, change something in your relationship. Okay, and March is great time to work, improve relationships. Okay, in a partnership. And let's say about your financial situation, Scorpios. 18, the dog. Card number 18. Good card, actually. Not a bad card. Dog, as I told you, it talks about the person in your life. It means you have someone like a dog, which means if you, for example, have you're struggling, right? You cannot find a job, or you have a job but you not make enough money, and you cannot pay on time your bills, and etc. You have a person in your life. By this card, it talks, you have someone in your life that you can ask a help, and that person might help you. Maybe make you get you a job. Maybe ask some other friend to get you a job or help you. Maybe borrow you some money, or let you move to her or his place for maybe a couple weeks or months until you get a better financial situation. So, or you will meet someone on March. So pay attention who's you hanging out with, who you talking with, because yeah, this month might be good for you financially. Is not going to be bad. Let me tell you this. This card usually talks about although you will maybe, let's say, you will lose some money, or you need to pay some payments, that's not going to be a lot, because the money amount by this card is not a lot. It's a humble money. If you describe the money by this card, is a humble amount of money. It's a humble amount of losing a money, if you're going to lose, or you have to pay something, let's say that way. So the bill's not going to be crazy, or also bill's going to be same like as before. So actually not a bad card, Scorpios, for financial advice, for financial situation. Okay, next we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius, people who born between November 23rd and December 21st. So what's all about? March 2022. Ooh, card number 7, snake. Sagittarius, you have to be careful. March will be tricky, dangerous months. Why? Because card number 7 in Lenormand deck, it's most of the percentage, let me tell you this, most of the percentage, this card talks about negative things. Is cheating, lying, luring to something, having a medical issues, health issues, I mean. Being betrayed, being very snaky, or surrounded by snaky people who pretend to be your friend, or someone who you might think they're your friend, but in reality they are not who they are. So March will not be easiest months for you. Maybe it will be actually one of the hardest months in your life, Sagittarius, because this card usually, as what you have to be aware, people around you. Might be lots of snakes will be around you, or snake. People who were snaking, being like telling you what to do, what to say, and you might think, oh, these people are my friend, I have to listen to them. In reality, that's not like that. It's their game that you're playing in, not your game. So you have to be always watch out. Some people might try to use you, take advantage of you. Depends what kind of situation you have. For example, if you have a great job, they might ask you some favor because they know you can do it because your job or your skills. I had a couple times by this card. I had a situation couple times that people asked me to check the cards of some people that they are not free, and I a couple times I did check the cards because they are my friends that I thought, but later I realized it didn't bring me any good positive vibe. And the why I did it, I spent like 30-40 minutes to checking someone's husband. Why I need to do that, that's not nice. I didn't feel myself even good. So but this people who asked me to check my cards on kind of like tricky questions, right? They asked me in such a nice, great way, and I didn't even realize. I realized a way later when that I was actually being used. They took advantage of me basically to get the information, which information that they need. So that was like an instrument. I mean, my cards too. So see, I giving you example from my life, like how it might look like. It's not necessarily you will get same experience, but I'm giving you kind of sign. Try to give you general meaning of this card. This card also talks about medicine. You might experience medical problems, or if you are, for example, having some issues already, you feel like, oh, you didn't make a checkups quite for a while, it's time, because you might have medical issues, or you might need to surgery or some things or some medicine maybe. So yeah, if you're if you're thinking, oh, it's nothing serious, you might be, maybe it's until it's not too late. I mean, I'm not a medical worker, so I cannot tell you. You know your situation better, you know what I'm talking about. Now you know. Okay, Sagittarius. So next one, we'll talk about your personal life. Card number 4. House talk about personal life. It's a great card because house, it's a positive card most of the time, and most people who experiencing Lenormand or tarot cards will agree with me, because this is all about house, about the family, about your beloved one, about your household. So nothing crazy gonna happen. Stability on a March. Well, I hope so. I try to read the cards positive way, most of the time, and horoscope too. So Sagittarius, I think nothing gonna crazy happen. Hopefully you're not gonna have. Sometimes this card try to tell you that you might have some personal issues with your householders. Like, let's say you have a daughter and you might not understand what she's doing, and you're not gonna like what she's doing, and you will tell her, hey, don't come back home too late, and she will be like, oh, she say, yeah, I will come back on 9 o'clock, and she will not do that, and things like that, which is not really crazy bad. It's all the time has happened between parents and kids, and so something like that you might experience with your family, with your personal life. If you are not living with someone, but you're dating with someone, or you being in a serious relationship for quite long time, it might be time to move in together. To get a house together, apartment or room. Depends what you want, depends where you guys want to live. Or maybe time to buy a house if you're already couple, or maybe you want to grow your family, maybe you're expecting someone or some kids, let's say the baby, maybe, yeah, baby shower also. This place also talks, this card also talks about the baby shower, like, gathering people, inviting, because celebrating some big occasion. Negative part of this card talks about being lonely, being all the time at home. On March, if you are single, if you are divorced, or you're lonely, don't stay at home. Try to get out from your home. Try to meet more people. Don't be, because negative part of this card talks about being too conservative, being too strict, being too slow, being mostly like boring, staying home all the time, or didn't want to go out, or don't want to see many people, so being kind of all the time at home is not good, right? Okay, and let's see what's gonna happen with your financial situation, Sagittarius. Card number 28. So this is neutral card. It's a man, right? Male, man, gentleman. If you are a man, Sagittarius, might be your months, and you might need to be real man. Remember that you're a real man. Take the situation in your hand. Let's say you experience some financial problems. Always remember, you man, and you're strong. You're smart. You know what you're doing. You're the one who's, so advice from by this card in financial situation, you need to be active, you need to be quick, you need to take the situation in your hand. Let's say you get an offer from the job, don't be too slow. Yes, don't be shy, show your skills, show you who you are, what kind of great skills you have, like working hard, get along with your colleagues, and be on time on your job, being active in the ambitious and initiative. If you're female Sagittarius, say about financial situation, be active, maybe a little bit aggressive, not physically, but verbally, stand up for yourself and work hard, because this month you have great opportunity to get a higher level, become a stronger, get a higher position, maybe become a boss. Let me pull one more card, because this is not quite, this is a neutral card, so it doesn't sometimes talk much, especially in that financial situation. Let me see. Let me pull one more card. Card number 21, Mountain. So the Mountain talks about, in the financial, the Mountain talks about not moving, like feeling like you're in a mountain. Mountain talks about blocks, all kind of hard circumstances, problems, issues. So you might quite experience, together this card talks about, very aggressive people around you, your co-workers maybe, or your business partners, they might be a little bit harsh to you, like a man. Maybe they will be rude to you. So you might be experiencing on the Mars Sagittarius quite kind of issues that you will feel, maybe people being kind of not fair to you. That's definitely, this card usually talk about big problems, serious problems that will affect not only March, because that card talks about long period of time, 3 months, 6 months, sometimes 9 months. So whatever starts on a March, it will last at least 6 months. Well, hopefully less than 6 months, but in my own experience, year and 9 months or year. So unfortunately, this is what it is. So don't try to lose your job on March. Don't try to provoke your coworkers or your boss. Don't try to get fired, or because whatever is gonna happen with your financial or job on a March Sagittarius will last long. Now, see the cards telling you what to do, what might be later, Okay, and next sign will be Capricorns. Capricorns, people who born between December 22nd and January 19th. Let's see what's going to be all about. March 2022 for Capricorns. Card number 31, Sun. You pull, guys, the best. I pull for you guys the best card in Lenormand deck, okay? This card is one of the strongest positive cards, and whatever happened under this card, what kind of circumstance happened in this card usually talks for a quite long time, at least 6 months till year. So the March will be great months for Capricorns, for you guys, for doing anything, finding a job, changing a job, making a surgery, going to travel, finding a boyfriend, finding a spouse, finding a friends, opening a business. So whatever you're gonna do, whatever you're gonna think, do it. If you have idea to open your business, do it. If you have idea to open your channel, do it, because Sun will be under your on your side, and whatever you're gonna do on the March will last long until almost end of the year. Let's say you're opening a business that not might be easy, right? You should check the cards and give them separate question. How will be your business? But definitely your business have everything to be successful. because the sun, the keys in your hand. Okay, so you know now. I mean, I have nothing to say. This card usually say yes, and this card lasts long. Whoever you meet on March, whatever you do in the March, whatever happened in March will be under special great occasion, great circumstances, and it's going to be big luck. So don't miss opportunities. Pay attention. March will be maybe one of the important months in this year, basically, for you guys. And even after that, if I pull a bad card, negative card, usually the sun block all the negativity, I mean. So see how lucky you are, Capricorns. If you did watch my first part of my video, you probably saw, and I didn't pull the card number 31, the sun, to any of the signs, including myself. So I'm kind of jealous. Okay, let's see what's going to happen in your personal life. Wow, Capricorns, you guys seems like the luckiest one of the March. So card number 24, love, heart. It's a card number 24. It's a heart, and it's hard. What else I can say? So you will fall in love on March if you are want to fall in love, if you are single, lonely, or you have all chances to meet the right person or good person, and the person that you fall in love with. If you're already in a relationship, this month will be same. Everything will be good, and lovebirds will be singing on March too. Negative part of this card, if you remember, I told you even the positive cards in the Lenormand deck, they have negative parts too. Some of them more negative parts, some of them has less negative, but this card has not big negative signs, but still you have broken heart. Unfortunately, you know, we live that kind of world and it does happen. I don't know anyone who never experienced broken heart, and I think that's life. That's one of the main, it's part of the life. That's not avoidable. So some of you guys might gonna experience broken heart or disappointment in your love. So take it easy. It's just a March. And this card usually doesn't play quite long. Like let's say Sun will play 6 months, 9 months, maybe a year. This card, I think it's maybe like months too. So even you get broken heart or you get like upset and sad about your partner or love or person who you're dating, it's not gonna last long. So now you know. Okay, and your financial situation on March for Capricorns. Card number 29, lady. So this is also another, as a male, card number 28. This is card number 29. This is a female. This is neutral card, so not gonna talk much about. Only I can say that financial situation not gonna be maybe great. You're gonna have a lots of emotional things. Maybe you will become a shopaholic a little bit. You'll need to spend money, especially if you're female, let's say, right? The Capricorns. You might be spend a lots of money for yourself, like shopping, and most of them, be careful because money, by this card, the cards try to give you advice, be careful, because some of the thing might be not really you need them. Maybe later you will think that why I bought them, they're useless, I don't need them, I bought too much, let's say something like that. If you are male Capricorn, then be careful around your female, or maybe you'll need to spend a lot of money to your date or to make some presents to your spouse. So be prepared. You will experience, you might spend quite bigger amount of money than you usually spend each month, so something like that. So be careful. Let me pull one more card, okay? And let's see what kind of details they're gonna give us. Actually, no, card 35, enter. You will spend some amount of money, but not crazy. You still will be able to have a stability, okay? Because enter talks about being stable. Everything will be the same, nothing, not crazy, amount of money maybe you will get, but you're not going to lose crazy amounts of money neither. So actually, yes, it's a good card, about financial situation. Okay, so that was for Capricorns. Next will be Aquarius. And Aquarius people who born between January 20 and January 20, between January 20 until February 18. Okay, what's all about? What to expect in March 2022 for Aquarius? Card number 9, bouquet. So the bouquet, it's a neutral card. Talks about all kind of gifts, gift cards, surprises, not only in a good way. You know, sometimes by this card I was surprised. I opened up some secret that I didn't like it. Well, it didn't really quite was related to me, but still I was like, okay. Also talks about hobby, like my hobby, Lenormand cards, any kind of hobby. All of us unique, and we have a unique and different hobbies. Also talks about gathering, all kind of celebrating something, lots of things like going to park, you know, partying, nightclubs, bar, restaurants, and also cosmetology, making some surgery. So in March, Aquarius, you might get some surgery, or if you are thinking to do some surgery like cosmetic surgery, it's time. It might be good months for that kind of surgeries, you know what I mean. Maybe your hobby, if you already have a hobby, maybe that hobby more serious than you think. Maybe that hobby might bring you some money, so pay attention to your hobby. Maybe you very creative and you need to use that. Maybe you have some you have some talents that might on the March open up and give you some great idea. Open some shop or open some YouTube channel and things like that. So also this card talks about getting a gift or gift cards or flowers or dates if you're single, or if you're online dating. Maybe you'll experience lots of dates, or you'll meet some cute guy or cute lady, you know. The negative part of this card doesn't speak something quite very serious. And this card plays not long too, so just be aware. And let's see what's going to happen in your personal life in March. Card number 26, the book. In my experience about personal life, this card is quite negative. So be careful what you say, especially with your secrets, because you might say to your spouse or to your boyfriend or date something that they might not like it, or they will be surprised, or they might use it later against you. Also, don't share your personal, let's say your marriage, you have marriage issues, right? Don't share that kind of, or don't complain, or be careful when you talk about your family life, your spouse to someone, even it's going to be your best friend, because that's not going to be a great decision, and that's not going to be later might be being used against you. It did happen with me a couple times, so I did get that lesson. And also this card talk about secrets, opening a secrets, or maybe you will know something or hear something not necessarily related to you, but maybe about someone, and you'll be surprised. About your personal life or marriage life, or in a spouse, you guys go to get a consult, or for example, if you have some issues, right, with your spouse or your partner, maybe it's time to go to get a consult. Like, I don't know how it calls here in America. I think it calls marriage counsel. Yeah, it might be a great idea. Of course, if you want to keep that marriage, if you want to save your family, right? Or maybe your kids or your spouse will make a decision, study something, get a new bachelor degree, or taking some online courses like I do right now. Yeah, so, I mean, this is not a bad card, right, about personal. But in my experience, it did play not always, often negatively. So be prepared, be aware, don't talk too much about your personal life. Okay, and let's say what's going to happen with your financial situation. Crossroads. Okay, card number 22nd. You might get if you already have a job, Aquarius, you might get get a second job, or it's a great idea to open. Let's say you have already one restaurant, you might open another restaurant or second shop. Depends on your situation. Or you might get an offer to open something else with your friends. So basically, that's a good card about financial situations, because you might get the two income, you're already having a two incomes. If you already have a two sources of the money, then nothing gonna change. It's a great, I'm happy for you. Also talks about be careful when you make a payment, because this talks about double payment. They might be careful when you pay something, because people might charge you two times. So that also talks the negative part of this card. This card talks about everything being double, right? Two roads, two jobs, sometimes two-faced people. So when you do shopping or purchase something, be careful, because you might get overcharged. Okay, so in my last video that I'm finishing, the sign is Pisces. People who born under sign of Pisces, they're born between February 19 and March 20th. Okay, and let's see what's gonna be all about for Pisces, March 2022. Card 34. One of the also one of my favorite cards. And it's funny because that was horoscope for Pisces, and I got fish too, because Pisces fish, it's same, right? The words, and they look like. So okay, Pisces, that's going to be your month, which is true. March is basically my mom was born March 11, and she's Pisces, so that's going to be your month. If you have some ideas, if you have some hobby, if you have some opportunity to change your life, it's your time. Not only your birthday party is coming, but also you have to remember it's your month. Do whatever you want. Be open for any kind of relationship. Depends on your situation. Do purchases, buy yourself stuff, whatever you want, because this is your month. And the money, you will get great opportunity to make a money, to get the money, and you will be lucky with any kind of thing what's going on with money, which means investments, gift cards, lots of, maybe you will get gifts. And if you want to make investment, you know what you're doing, because that's great. March will be great month for you guys to make your financial situation better, great, and stable. Negative part of this month, be careful whoever you meet on a March, because this card talks about as a person. If you describe by this card, people might try to hide a lot of things from you. Whoever you meet in this month, your new friends, they might not gonna tell you, or they might pretend that they are not gonna be, they will pretend to be someone like they're not really. So be careful, because they might be like, hiding something, because card number 34 talks about mysterious things, people who have a lot of secrets. And let's see what's gonna happen with your personal life. Card number 16, stars. Stars is neutral card in my opinion. Stop dreaming. If you, for example, dreaming about someone, or someone that you love or like a lot, it's time to talk with her or let her know that you are her or his big fan, because you might get lucky. Stars talk about when your dream come true, when you make a real your dreams, or your some plans, or your targets. So yeah, because stars talks about like your dream come true. You have your star is bright. It's time for your star to shine. Let's say that way. Negative part of this card talks about maybe it's opposite. For example, you being in one relationship quite a while, and you feel that this person is cheating on you, not being honest, or this person is not right person for you, and you may be living in illusion, and maybe you are quite looking to your spouse or your date or your person next of you, not in the right way. You don't see the negative part of him or her, and living some quite real illusion. And on March, you might figure out that you have illusion. You have you've been living in illusion. And unfortunately, sometimes this card plays opening a lot of secrets, and breakups happening by this card too. Sometimes when your dreams fall apart, and you go down to earth, and you realize that you'll be living in a dream, in a pink world and things like that, not being realistic, let's say that way. So, but hopefully, let's be positive. Hopefully, that's not going to be what I say. Hopefully, that card will be opposite. Hopefully, you'll meet the right person. Maybe you'll you will meet, angels will help you to meet right person. This card also talks about if you are, for example, single or lonely, or maybe it's time to go, maybe you'll be lucky if you go online dating, because stars talk about everything online platform like Facebook, WhatsApp, and any kind of, yeah, maybe online dating will be your chance, maybe you'll be lucky. And last card I'm pulling for your financial situation, your job, your investment, Pisces, March 2022. Card number 15, Bear. One of my favorite cards. Bear talks about high society level, being powerful person, or having someone who can help you with job, who can provide you with job. Uh, so basically, let's say if you're having issues or you need the help you have in your life, it might be your mom, it might be some older brother, older sister who you can rely on, which is great. Not everyone have that kind of people. Where people usually, in my experience, talks about someone who's older, who have a good society level, higher society level, who has a power, I mean physically, mentally, financially. So it's a good card about financial situation. Or you might get promoted, or you will get the great opportunity to become like a bear, which means you have a great opportunity to fix your financial situation if you want to make a higher level, to get a place under your sun, become a boss, or open your own business and become your own boss. Because a bear person usually who works for himself and who has a power, who has usually people who works under his supervision. So that's a great card for financial situation. Or you might meet someone who will be like a bear and who will help you. So yeah, that was for March 2022, and I hope you like your horoscope, and please don't forget to leave your comments. And I will be very appreciate you guys leave comments and let me know how all the cards played out, how they didn't, what didn't play out or played out differently, because as I told you, the cards, it's only my vision, my experience, and I'm sure all of us experience differently each cards. So yeah, subscribe my channel and click the like button. Don't miss my next video. Bye.